EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. Tonight, a good one on Thursday night primetime. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson ready for some preseason football. Off we go from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Again, left side. Here comes Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And here's Bijan. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line.
On one, ready? Here we go.
Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And that will lead to a second down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, 11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11. Dot.
Burrow working in the pistol. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And just incredible field position for them following that interception. And you could bet, Mike, as this offense is taking the field, they're telling their defense, hey, nice job here, fellas, but don't bother taking those helmets off. Give us a couple plays, we punch this thing in, and we're going to get you guys right back out there.
Bravo 80. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. To the goal line and in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown Falcons.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On first down, Burrow. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Gun. 11 MT.
The run. It's the rookie from Texas Tech. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. 2nd and 10.
11 pump.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. Backs to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover.
1-1, ready?
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. 11 MT. 11 Mighty. Dot.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
3rd and 2. Here we go.
12. Here we go. Up, 180.
Now, Burrow. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And the Bengals going to be set up with 1st and goal. They're able to convert on that 3rd and 3.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And this one is no good. He misses the extra point. File that one away. We'll see if it comes back as the night goes on. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Another run here for Robinson. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Shotgun. It's Penix. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. It's Bengals football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10.
we go.
That's Bengal. That's the team we're gonna cheer.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
11 righty. 11. Gun. Dot.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
11 combo. 11. 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
19 Tiger.
Here's Penix. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Flow. Ready? 11, empty.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind to, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
They'll run here with a rookie. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8. To the air, Penix. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And a short game down to about the 33.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
11 Thomas.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
12. Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now Burrow changing things up here.
11.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
11 MT, take. 11 mighty. 11
They'll
mighty.
send the tight end in motion. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Burrow. Going underneath to the tight end, Green. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
11 mighty.
Now Burrow. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Right, 80. Right, hot. 11 MT.
To the air again, Burrow. And that will be incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Robinson up the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And looking to throw, Penix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. 11, M3 to take. Right, 11, Thomas. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12. What? 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Coup now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On point, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right, 80, 11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11 MT, 11 MT. 11, stop.
Burrow will throw. And that one complete once again to Higgins. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
12, 12, 12. Got it.
Up the middle they go. Clifford. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11, 11, 11, 11. Got it.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's complete. It's great here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Dot, dot.
Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
On one, ready? Let's get set. Right, 80. 12,
And Burrow going to change the play.
12.
Throwing on 2nd down. Burrow. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Right, 80. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 mighty, 11.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Marquise Brown, 59 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll throw with Penix.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
My, maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Second and 10. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Got 180. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. Got.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because That's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Here we go. 180. 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11. Dot.
Back to throw again. That ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal. Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
They'll run on first down. It's Woods. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's 2nd and 7. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Penix. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. This 2nd and 4.
Gun. Stop. 11. Stop. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11. Stop.
They'll drop to throw. And that'll be taken in downfield by Green. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Clifford. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Opting to run again here with White. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Ready.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
$19, Tiger, 19, back. Here we go. Rock roll 80. Warriors 70.
Now Hooker. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Cougar 19.
Hooker's going to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Ready? 60 by 600.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
19, Tiger, 19.
Throwing. Hooker.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. With it is Brown.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
And O'Connell now to throw. A short throw there, pulled in by all.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And they go play action here with O'Connell.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Here now a 3rd and 20. O'Connell working from the gun.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Hey, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry.
And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Let's go. Ready.
Well, now they'll try the end around. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Here's Hooker to throw it. That's a screenplay here for Carter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hooker.
Finds Roberts left side. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Okay, ready.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's a toss right side with White. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw, Hooker.
That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
And Jones will go in motion right. This thrown quickly out to Jones.
First target, first catch, and a first down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
To throw here, O'Connell.
It's complete to Brown, right side. He can't get him down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now it's O'Connell.
Setting up the screen to P-Ryan. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
We'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. Past the 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Second down, goal to go.
Ready. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Here's O'Connell.
This is caught. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready? On the clock. Cougar 19. Ready?
They start to drive with White. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Here's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Hooker, he's going to move him around a little bit here.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Let go.
They stay on the ground with White. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Quick throw completed by Hooker.
Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
Okay.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready?
Here's Hooker. They'll set up the screen to Carter.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Hooker to throw. Back-to-back catches here for Carter.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This is 1st and 10.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Buffalo 18.
Throwing here is Hooker.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Roberts. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Let's go now. 18. Let's go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Ready up. Count. 70 Lions. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This ball intercepted.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days,